Common Core, or as it's been known in my state of Washington since 2011, Washington Learning Standards, is a multi-state educational standard created to ensure cohesion between state educational experiences with an emphasis on preparing students for higher education. It governs English language arts and math. Today I'll be focusing mostly on ELA. It allows the school to move forward as a unit, allowing all the teachers to smoothly move students from one grade to the next, meeting the transparent, detailed standards laid out for each year. This allows them to move linearly and maintain educational momentum. Teachers have a great deal of freedom in their curriculum creation while still having the structure and guidance of meticulously worded standards. Additionally, because Washington is in good company amongst the many states that have adopted Common Core, teachers have a wealth of experience of other teachers to rely on as both support and inspiration. Students get to experience flexible, leveled curriculum with emphasis on progress and individual learning that allows teachers to focus on bringing all students up to standards without leaving students behind or stifling those that are exceeding standards. Parents can be assured that if they're moving from one state that has adopted Common Core to another, that the transition will be smooth and that their child can maintain their educational momentum. But like any new policy, there were definitely people who were initially skeptical about Common Core. Parents and community were initially hesitant to embrace the new standards for a variety of reasons. These include concerns over federal interference in state education, concerns that too many constraints were being put on teachers, concerns that too few constraints were being put on teachers, and, where high school English language arts is concerned, that there was too much of an emphasis on nonfiction, a concern that usually seemed to be politically motivated. And there was some hesitation on the part of teachers who were daunted by the sheer quantity of work that would be needed to shift their curriculum overnight to meet the new standards. Within only a few years, however, support for Common Core had risen to 75% among teachers. Since 2011, Washington teachers, students, schools, and communities have settled nicely into the Common Core standards and have chosen to continue to embrace them. Early concerns about overtesting gave way to the reality of fewer, more challenging exams that helped raise the standards, with the goal of reducing the percentage of students needing to take remedial courses in college, something saving students and families money and time. Many of the concerns about the insufficiency of Common Core standards came from a lack of easy access to the standards as written for curious parents. But since Common Core's implementation, many schools have made an effort to be as transparent as possible, with Lake Washington School District having a particularly good breakdown of the expectations by both grade and subject from K to 12 on its website. You can check out the link to that in the bibliography in the description of this video. Common Core also mandates the integration of technology in the classroom, which had the most immediate effect on increased computer literacy across Washington, even in rural schools that are often left behind. Better preparing students for the increasingly tech-dependent job market. Upon adopting Common Core, Washington suddenly joined the largest block of textbook consumers, allowing them easier access to better written textbooks and no longer having to contend with the largely Texas-centric textbook market of the day. The focus on cross-disciplinary education started in elementary school in an effort to bring neglected subjects like social studies more attention has resulted in the line of thinking carrying through to secondary education, encouraging students to decompartmentalize the subject that they're studying and make connections between them, with help from teachers to have a more well-rounded learning. Teachers are given the freedom to play to their strengths when it comes to the style of teaching, but also the types of texts that they want to teach from, due to the broad nature of the requirements, modeling a college-like environment. Students are able to learn linearly, transitioning smoothly year after year, with consistent leveled trajectories so they can learn naturally by building skills progressively. Teachers have been handed standards that are structured in the goals to strive for, and flexible in the methods to employ to get there. This allows teachers to shift their curriculum in real time to meet their students' needs. This is especially true for Washington's 2021 Teacher of the Year, Brooke Brown, who has structured her ELA classroom to best encourage discussion between students about the texts that she's selected to create community, frequently reaching out to parents and the larger community and modifying her curriculum accordingly, even campaigning for an ethnic studies program to be added to her school's curriculum to better help her students understand their diverse neighbors. She's truly an inspiration for how to make Common Core work in your classroom.